All right, so we had a pretty good question on yesterday's live video come in after the fact. Wanted to know what PPF does and what the warranty is and how it works. And so I happen to have the Busa here, and you can kind of see there's some hazing almost in the light reflection, especially right in here. And so what PPF does is stops that from happening, right? This is not protected at the moment, and it's not going to stay protected. We'll be brutally honest. But I figure it's sitting here so we can use it as an opportunity to lay some PPF and show you the clarity improvement and what PPF looks like. So PPF comes on a sheet in a roll, by 60 inches wide by 50 feet long, generally. And we use a slip, which is what's in this bottle, and tack solutions. And so the goal is get a little bit of slip in there so we can start peeling this film, the backer off, and then allow us to spray the whole thing. And then we'll peel that the rest of the way off and spray this the rest of the way. We'll spray this off, or spray some slip on the tank here. You know, we're not going for a full install video. That would take entirely too much time and be incredibly boring. But as you can see, the film kind of doesn't want to conform just automatically. No amount of heat or anything like that is going to make it conform, which is why this is more expensive than vinyl. With vinyl, I'd be able to get this pretty much laid, you know, get it down, and it would stay, and then I'd heat, and it would shrink. PPF doesn't shrink like that. So unfortunately, you know, it costs a little bit more to install it. But we've got this film on, and I'm going to spray a little bit of tack solution down here to clean that slip off now that the film's on. And that way the film will fully adhere to the paint. And so you can see I'm stretching it sideways right now so that that'll lay right there. And again, I'm not going for a perfect install, just kind of show a little bit, and then you can see we got all this wiggle. And so we're going to stretch up, make sure we've got a good area here. I'm less worried about anything like that. But you can see here, this is what happens if you don't get the proper stretch. You know, the film will bunch up and not want to play nice. Again, this is just really just to show you guys what's going on and what the film does and doesn't do. So we've got our area here, and you can see in the light that haze went away. The gloss it looks much deeper and to be in much better shape, honestly. Like, that enhances the visuals of the paint greatly. So in the light, just watch. Simulating a bad wash process, or the car wash, you know, the touch washes. And you can see all of that scratching in the reflection of the light. You can see some junk that came out of the brush too. We'll wipe that off. But you can see it's not gonna wipe away. That's in the film. And now we'll take our heat gun, which is the sun replacement, and we're just gonna hover it over this, wait as it gets warm. You just watch those scratches start to dissipate. And this is that self-healing layer. This is why you might see high dollar cars go through the car wash. I highly recommend against that, but you know, they do, and most of the time they've had PPF installed on them, and that's how they're able to go through a car wash. You can see the scratches have basically disappeared. The paint is not even hot to touch, and so this is what happens just sitting out in the sunlight on an average day while you got the car parked at work or out in the driveway, whatever it is. And you can see that those scratches have gone away. So now we can grab something, I don't know, I got a key in my pocket, I'm sure. And this is pretty aggressive. I've got a key here. I mean, I'm not being gentle at all. Don't want to dent the tank, but so we can agree, there's some pretty serious scratching in there now. I don't know if we can get a little better visual of it here. You can see them pretty well there. So and those scratches probably won't heat out. In fact, some of them I know for a fact won't heat out. But it's possible that some of them, you know, like this one here and this one here, this one here, those are deep. But let's see, just for fun, if any of those will self-heal out. Looks like some of them are going away. I don't want to overheat it because I'm getting ready to pull it off and show you. Yeah, so a lot of those not going to come out. I didn't expect them to. That was to show you kind of what it's capable of stopping. So now we're just we'll give that a second to cool off. But we'll peel this off. And you'll see those scratches stayed in the film. They never went through the film, but they're stout. Like that's a pretty serious scratch there. And you can see the tank is unharmed. No new scratches in the tank. Lots of scratches from the writing coat over the last year, but no new scratches from the key. Those all stayed in the film, and they'll forever be in the film. I don't know how well the camera's actually picking up all those little ones there, but you know, that's what happens. That's what the film is for. It's very thick. I don't know that we can actually get a, you know, this is 8 millimeters thick. It's got a 10-year warranty. It's you know, I usually recommend replacement at the 7 to 8 year mark in Kansas if you plan on keeping the vehicle long term. Just because the longer the film is on the vehicle, the more possibility for damage there is when removing and replacing. So that's kind of a demo of what PPF is and the warranty, why it costs what it costs. You know, like I said, the tank had plenty of damage in it from the start. So thank you, Tristan, for asking the question. Hopefully this kind of answers it. I know it's long, but I wanted to actually show you a demo of what PPF is and why it is worth the money. Thank you, guys.